Chinkunankunankoria. 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 Ote mumwamu no na tenyere tenko. Ote mumwamu no na tenyere tenko. Ayo baba ayo baba baba ayo baba Kesuzungere manga kebeka marinda buno moto. Kesuzungere manga kebeka marinda buno moto. Marinda buno moto. Marinda buno moto kenda kwega sare moyo. Marinda buno moto kenda kwega sare moyo. Kebazonkorerare marinda karonyandwaro. Kebazonkorerare marinda maya karonyandwaro. Kebazonkorerare marinda karonyandwaro.
The Manga Escarpment is based at the heart of highlands and stretches over several kilometers, which spread over two Kisii counties of Kisii and Nyamira. The Abagusi regard the Manga Escarpment as a holy site. At the foot of Manga was famous tree locally known as Mote Momwamu, the black tree, which was a sacred tree, though it was long been cut down and does not exist. But the place where the tree was, it is under this tree that the Abagusi ancestors performed prayer rituals before proceedings to the Manga Escarpments. The most common route for scaling the Manga Escarpment was the Matororo Passage, which, although steep, was the most preferred by the Kisii community. The Abagusi believed that they first settled at the foot of Manga Hills and used the hills to watch out for their enemies, who included the Luo and the Kisigis. At the top of Manga is a small cave called Ngorowa Mwaga, which was regarded as a sacred shrine. There were some rituals that were carried out and are still carried out as one approaches the Ngorowa Mwaga, and hence they cannot harm the visitors visiting Manga. Next was the collecting of firewood and throwing it into the holes, whereby one was called Sakawangiti and the other one also known as Morangiti, which was named after the prophet's mother. From the Ngorowa Mwaga, one can clearly see a huge stone that was symbolic to the Abagusi, also known as Rigena Ria Mosorori, meaning a pleading stone. This stone was a symbolic of someone pleading for forgiveness.
When somebody had done a mistake to marry or to elope with somebody's daughter, you could just go and sit on that stone. You don't have cows, so that the community will contribute cows through a process, a ritual called Echama. He has sat on the stone, so he has been forgiven, because that stone is part of Ngorowa Mwaga.
On the eastern side of Manga Escarpment is the Charachani River, which is the historic site whereby the Abagusi went into war with the Kisigis and they overcame the Kisigis. It is believed that the Abagusi sought divine intervention from Engoro and their ancestors headed by the prophet and a seer by the name of Sakawangiti. Ritual and sacred prayers were carried out under Musisita tree in a place called Geturi, which is also at the foot of Manga. It is during these prayers that all Abagusi warriors led by Otenyo, the warrior involved in the help of the spirit of the ancestors, also known as Ebiranya, to help them win the Esau war against the Kisigis along the Charachani River.
This place, as I told you, is called Keturikemegenda, and is so revered by the Kisii people. it's a place that is held of very high esteem because it is ancestral. It is ancestral true. Even Otenyo, the famous Kisii man in history, that is the warrior, who's believed to have had conflict with Northcote, Nyarikot. This is the place where Otenyo moved from after these prayers. He went to tackle Northcote, who the Kisiis had believed that was troubling them.
The Abagusi later settled around Manga Escarpments, hence the name Cradle of Abagusi, or locally known as Endaye Nchogu. It is believed that they later spread to other areas, but they can still trace their roots to the foot of the manga. As one takes a tour around the manga, one thing is evident though, and that is the encroachment of the Manga Escarpments by the locals who have settled there. Stone harvesting is very rampant in the area as the demand for the building materials rises by the day in the neighboring areas. Lack of protection of the Manga Escarpment may lead to future generations not knowing its importance in the role it played historically. More efforts need to be put in place to ensure that Manga is preserved as a historical site in the two Gusii counties of Kisii and Nyamira.
Nalimanga bukale bukenya mujera buryobukana nalimanga bukale buke mukungwa muyazi ko monene yamasegere onye tamanyitya ko buyege yamasegere salone mo nalimanga bukale buke insai salone mo nalimanga bukale nalimanga bukale bukenya mujera buryobukana nalimanga bukale bukenya mujera buryobukana